3 manga that you've definitely never heard about. Shadow House by Samoto is a horror thriller series centered around Emilico here. This story follows her along her way of being the servant to this little shadow person right here. The task of her is to basically learn to mimic her every actions and, most importantly, her facial expressions. Because in the Shadow House, these characters obviously don't have any facial expressions. So she's basically raised up to serve her and then eventually just copy her and follow her everywhere she goes and just be a perfect replica of her for other people to be able to understand her intentions. Along the way, we follow Emilico through the Shadow House, learn more about who Emilico is, what's really going on in the house, why stuff doesn't seem quite right, and if she truly is just an actual clone of her, or if something else might be going on. My Sonic Koku by Rumiko Takahashi follows Yasuku, a college student who didn't get in on his first try, and so he's actually not a college student just yet, but he's actually training in this apartment complex back here and studying to be able to retake his college exams. Along the way comes Kyoko right here. She becomes the new property manager of the apartments, and he develops a little bit of a crush. And along the way, not only is it a romance, but it is a comedy. Every character in here is very unique and very funny. They all are very different from one another, and they all do the most crazy and asinine stuff throughout the entire manga. I love it, it's funny, and it's an older series, but it's definitely worth checking out in the modern age. The Fox and the Tanuki by Mi Tanagawa. This story is if like Disney and anime came together and formed something, and it's ironic that it's made by Tokyo Pop, who is owned by Disney, but this story follows Senzu here, a black fox who used his powers for evil and ended up getting imprisoned by the sun goddess, and after his detention and imprisonment, he gets released, but he's got these beads around his neck because he can no longer use his power. He makes a deal with the sun goddess that if he is willing to raise this Tanuki here, Monpachi, up to be the sun goddess's assistant, he can regain his power back. But along the way, Senzu ends up learning a little bit more about himself. It's a very heartwarming series. It, again, follows all those Disney tropes. It would be an amazing Disney film if they ever did it. They need another classic out there. Pop this bad boy out. And the fact that nobody's heard about it is why this is probably one of the most underrated manga out there. But what series did you guys not know about? Tell me in the comments down below.